Hello Vavers, you're watching YouTube channel USA News Alert. Breaking. Trump vs. Mexico. Why does Trump believe tariffs on Mexico will stop illegal immigration? Donald Trump has hit Mexico with tariffs on goods coming into the U.S. in a bid to curb illegal immigration. But why does he think this will be effective? U.S. President Donald Trump has announced all goods coming from Mexico will now be subject to tariffs as a means to reduce illegal immigration into the U.S. He tweeted from June 10 a 5% tariff would be imposed. Mr. Trump declared a national emergency at the U.S.-Mexico border in February and in 2015 tweeted that the country must build a wall to secure our border, adding that it would save lives and help make America great again. But why does Mr. Trump believe this will be an effective anti-immigration measure? A tariff, a tax or duty to be paid on a particular class of imports or exports. They are essentially border taxes charged on foreign imports. Importers pay these applicable charges at the point of entry to the customs agency of the country or entity that is imposing them. The purpose of tariffs is to increase the price of foreign goods for the consumer, and make domestic produce comparatively cheaper, with the aim of encouraging domestic production. In a tweet, Mr. Trump wrote that from June 10 a 5% tariff would be imposed and would slowly rise until the illegal immigration problem is remedied. In a White House statement, Mr. Trump said the tariffs would rise by 5 percentage points each month until October 1, when the rate would reach 25%. According to Goldman Sachs, Mexico was the second largest supplier of goods to the U.S. last year, with imports totaling $352 billion, £275 billion. Mexico is known for agricultural products such as avocados and tequila, but is also a major manufacturing hub and home to many U.S. companies. The country produces hundreds of thousands of cars every month, and is also home to technology and aerospace companies. U.S. firms Ford, General Motors, John Deere, IBM and Coca-Cola all operate in Mexico, as well as thousands of other multinationals. The tariffs would remain at this level unless and until Mexico substantially stops the illegal inflow of aliens coming through its territory, according to Mr. Trump. The statement also said, "For years, Mexico has not treated us fairly, but we are now asserting our rights as a sovereign nation." The U.S. president has long accused Mexico of not doing enough to curb the flow of people coming into the country illegally. Mexican President Andrés Manuel López Obrador appeared to have been taken by surprise by the measures. In a letter to Mr. Trump, he said, "I express to you that I don't want confrontation. I propose deepening our dialogue, to look for other alternatives to the migration problem." He added that social problems are not solved with duties or coercive measures, and alluded to the United States' history as a nation of immigrants. The Statue of Liberty is not an empty symbol. The Mexican leader also urged Mr. Trump to please remember that I do not lack valor, that I am not a coward nor timorous but rather act according to principles. Mexico's Deputy Foreign Minister for North America, Jesus Seed, said, "We're in a good moment building a good relationship with the United States, and this comes like a cold shower." He added that it would be disastrous if Mr. Trump goes through with his threat to impose the tariffs and called the move extreme and likely to lead Mexico to mirror the U.S. tariffs, likely resulting in a trade war. Border agents said they are overwhelmed, but critics say they are mishandling and mistreating migrants. During his election campaign and throughout his time in office, President Trump has sought funds to build a wall on the U.S.-Mexico border. He declared the national emergency at the border in an attempt to use federal funds for a barrier wall, but this maneuver was blocked by a judge in May. On Thursday, the White House said the president would use the International Emergency Economic Powers Act to implement the new tariffs on Mexico. The president also insulted his Democratic opponents, accusing them of a total dereliction of duty over border security. Amid record numbers of migrants crossing the border, the deaths of 6 sick children in U.S. custody since September have raised questions about the level of care provided by U.S. authorities. Migrants have fled Central American countries in a bid to escape violence prevalent across Central American countries. They travel through Mexico on their way to the U.S. where they hope to claim asylum. But instead of asylum, Mr. Trump believes they should be stopped before they reach the border. In April, reported that 400 migrants had been detained in the southern state of Chiapas, showing that police are working to curb illegal migration.